Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 Sicily here on the Lord Master channel, in which, speaking of Sicily, as in the island itself, insular Sicily, it is a scene of chaos there, where there's attempts of rebellions against Africa, which is, ran by a Shia Caliphate that's ran by the house of Fatimid, the Fatimids, led by Caliph Abdullah al-Mahdi, in which he's going to be around for long, but we still fear his military might, and even has a presence on the very toe of the boot of Italy, which is done by vassals who spread their influence there. As much as we want that back, but I sometimes feel the old pragmatist in me feels that we'd be too frightened to come over and to try to fight them, unless we wait for an opportunity to try to, test their defenses. What we mean is go on a potential Sicilian raid, a frontier raid, I should say. Sicilian Frontier raid. Now, however, money is about to be spent elsewhere. Before we implement that spending, after 10 years of being in a dungeon, he's finally been released. When did he get released? He was released last year. Okay, he was released a year ago. Came rivals after being released. What has he done to him that made him become a rival? Regardless, I really want that man to come over to serve under my retinue. But to get him over here, he needs to be married matrilineally locally. How about to my witness? He will not accept because... lowborn. Okay. Don't worry. I got a better idea. And this is an option I don't typically use. Invite debutantes. I don't typically use this option because it costs prestige. Be presented with a group of talented female courtiers who can choose one to join your court. It's kind of useful if you're looking for a spouse where it's not necessarily looking for inheritable traits, just something that would be more, suited and all that. I mean, you get the idea. That's just the case if you ran out of, women to marry. Good ones, competent ones, especially those who are not lowborn. Just simply to get that man over here. And for him to have children that wouldn't be of inheritable, Egalitarian, but at least it'll be in our culture and faith. Speaking of culture and faith, that's something we ought to do now. Spread the culture and faith. Because we know there's a large minority of Siculo-Arabs who are also Muslim. I think it's about time to finally switch over to get rid of the Longobards Catholics out of our land. And the main reason for that is it's to get rid of those populists. Because honestly, getting sick and tired of them. So now, let's begin. We'll revitalize the Sicilian Frontier. We'll spend 50 while we earn some gold out of it. And we'll get an expeditionary force to reinforce our military. It'll be just like the last time. Because we're not going to let these guys, try to... Yeah. We don't want to let the Fatimids try to begin occupation. We want to revitalize here. Show them who's boss. Years ago, the frontier of Sicily was incorporated to the sphere of influence of a powerful imperial state so far. Since then, the region has stagnated, losing its vitality as its resources are drained and locals seek to immigrate to more prosperous lands. The current state of affairs is changing with the rise of Stephanos. An important emir in Sicily, he is quite ambitious, for he seeks not only to revitalize the frontier of Sicily, but also secure the degree of independence from outsiders. Frontiers like Sicily are not the most stable or peaceful regions, despite the new developments in the region's trajectory. It remains to be seen whether anything will change in the long run. Things just got interesting again in this land between three worlds. It's back. annual and be a ruler who's Duke rank or independent for periphery and over in colonization. There's a lot more rulers of high stewardship, diplomacy, and learning out there. Those of your faith are not involved. Okay, that's step one. And that Latin ruling class thing has gotten rid of. Now, step two. Start the legend. We never formed a legend during the reign of Saldan, but as the son of Saldan, as I'm following in his footsteps, well, I thought I should do better. 3 victories of Stephanos. At the jousting fields of Forlì, the ultimate contested Emir Stephanos of Salernos won the tournament for the 3rd time. No living soul on earth could rival him. As a reminder, as the honor, monthly prestige up, as well as the diplomacy or level of fame, which I do need a bit more diplomacy skill in my life. And the legend promoters out there will have their prestige increase, and as well as their martial skill. And in our lands, for the baronies, stationed men-at-arms damage increases, and as well as of popular opinion. So another factor of trying to increase popular opinion. Having this legend active, as we spread it throughout the land, in fact the whole region, but also to switch culture and faith, so those locals will be more for us. So it'll cost you 480 gold a month, 240, which you've just earned that money for revitalizing the frontier. So this would help. Although I could do it with my father, but no, I'd rather be a living legend for this. So here's the rewards upon completion. 50% chance to gain access to a legendary statue on a clear ground for a legendary building decision. And gain access to commission a legend artifact, allowing to commission a chronicle to commemorate the legend, while increasing legitimacy. Which I should spend that legitimacy on re-establish relations with the pirates, because they could be of use later. Get it further for illustrious, gain to launch a legendary adventure decision, allowing to abandon my realm and start a new life in the distant kingdom, which, why on earth would I want to do that? Well, get more legitimacy in time. But, if possibility, although unlikely, mythical, where you can also gain access to demand local submissions, allowing to subjugate any nearby realm. You cannot complete or abandon legend for 5 years. I could do with some of the other living characters who are close relatives, including my Berber cousins from across the sea. But no, I must do it myself, because I'm known to be brave. Saldan was just a man who built the foundation for Siculo-Arabic and Islamic presence here. For whereas I am more all around compared to him. So, let's do it. There we go. This is what it reads from now. The legend of Emir Stephanos of Salernos is great as large as the world. His deeds are unparalleled. Upon hearing vague rumors that plagued the land, Stephanos set his heart to accomplish the difficult endeavor. Minds and voices clashed in equal measure to blades in a great show of martial arts, but no mind was clever, nor blade as sharp as Emir Stephanos of Salernos. After one another, contests lined up only to be brought weeping by the untouchable Stephanos. None could keep remembering the glory of Emir Stephanos' first tournament, but a single victory was not enough for him. The other contests surrounded him with storm of blades, but he remained unshaken. He emerged victorious to the ground, screaming his name. The journey back home was not easy, but Emir Stephanos entered the city among triumphant chants Now let us all rejoice and feast for his legend to be celebrated. This is the initial text, so it could change over time. So I will not read that whole thing again until this is finished, because this is all subject to change. So now we can install domestic legend. This, the effect on liege, me, increase the legend spread while giving a more prestige to the court chronicler. The other is commend legend abroad, where every year one of your vassals or neighboring rulers may make your legend their promoted legend. Higher levels up to will increase this occurring. So first, we got to have a legend spread chance increased here. Though it'll cost more in income, but I think it'll be worth it. Give it time. Yeah, I have my 2 bodyguards. I have a court broommaster in case I need to spend money for, you know, those feasts. And we'll ransom each and every one of these prisoners to get some gold back. And there's a deer sighting in Salerno, which we'll do that a little later because my primary wife is pregnant. So let's just hope we have a child from her, hopefully a son, who might one day inherit all those traits, including pure-blooded. There's no one like Zenobia. So don't do anything and let the legend spread by itself. And events related to it will be popping up. Now, talented debutantes have been gathered from across the realm and presented before you. After careful consideration, the Courtiers come to the consensus that the most qualified to join the court would be among Safia, Alia, or Garifalia. Let's see. I mean, look, it's not for me. It's for this man. Safia's the most worthy. And I just inherited a mosque. Give me a moment. There are benefits to having a mosque, since we're clan government and Muslim faith, especially if they have that certain doctrine. Yo, you're a courtier. You're no longer serving as one of the Faris. Actually, you are. We'll accept matrilineal, which is the only way to bring you over to court, because you want to get away from that man as far as possible. And since you are vengeful and sadistic, if you kill my brother, you know he has a child who is going to inherit one day. This is just to have Hercules circulated within the court. That's the idea for it. So he'll be coming over soon. Now that mosque that I inherited in Nicotera, I'll have to give it away. Ah, good, a hunt. Plus all that money I spent earlier, well, I inherited from getting that mosque. So it's good to know that I have some inherited money, which I may have to use that to go hunting sooner or later. And thank you for reminding me, now that you've taken the decision to make contact with pirates. See, that would be nice if I was the culture head. Make that happen right now. want you to promote the culture starting right here in Salerno, and subsequently convert the faith here. We're going to spread it all over my realm within the de jure part of the Emirate of Salerno. And subsequently, I am going to have to make contact with those pirates again, because I'm going to need them for future reference. I'll take the legitimacy hit. Got it. Okay, let's get going. Are you coming? Yes, he is. The Courtier and my rival, says Eugenius. I'll keep tabs on you too. I simply wanted him to be in the retinue. That was my idea in the first place. Okay, my son, who will inherit Calabria. Murshid, your name? He is here. See, it has already spread to there. Spread to 3 baronies. But as you can see, Abdulaziz, who is the one to inherit Salerno, unfortunately, he is dull. Handicap that needs to be defeated. Now, what's going on down there? It's tempting to come over and try to raid them. Although there is no Arab-Berber stronghold there. So I think it would be wise to raid them. And then... yeah. is to raid them. Because, look, that area is well fortified. There's a chance we could destroy one of their buildings. Hopefully this one. So we should consider raiding them. Which fortunately just got full control back up. So organize an army, thus increasing the, all that. As I was settling some administrative matters in my office, I was informed that Torgate was waiting me to give me a word. Upon admittance to my presence, she proceeded to remind that I owed her a favor, something I could not forget. Of course, that's my ex. As fate had it, seems she wants me to promote her, increasing her prestige. Of course, too, I reduce my own fame, seem to be bound to the whims of this person. Well, I'm not the dynasty head, so I'll be willing to tell her no, because I had a reason to divorce you, and it's because of Zenobia. I'll just say, no way, I'm not going ahead with that. I'll earn the prestige by raiding these fools down there, and the renown, well, it can get back up pretty easily in certain events and all that. It's not that big of a deal. But I'll tell you what, since you still like me very much, and you're gonna have a strong hook on me, and no, weak hook, where I'm snapping a finger trying to draw a blank. Where if one of my wives died in childbirth, I'll remarry you and have that alliance restored. Used to be 200, but now it's 300 to set up a damned, you know, pirate hideout. But of course you can't do that in Salerno because the university's already there. And speaking of university, in 6 years' time, I get to visit again, and there might be a chance to turn this tier 4 into a tier 5. Yeah, that would be grand. This, support the medical school, it's a cheaper option. Just simply for the sake of it. And plus it has its benefits. And go more towards colonization because that's the phase you want to go for. At this time. Anything else? This we have never done before in this part of the series. Finance and Madraba fishing. Every year, fearless fishermen go into the waters of the Western Mediterranean to catch tuna using the Madraba technique. Rulers who support this extremely lucrative trade will profit greatly from it. So the gold cost's decision depends on how many coastal counties you own in Western Mediterranean, which I do own plenty of. So every coastal county you own causes development growth increase by 10. Investments in Mediterranean tuna fishing for the next 10 years means holding taxes go up, and so is development growth. Local rulers financially support this tuna fishing industry that relies on the so-called Almandra method of fishing, which involves setting up an elaborate series of nets to trap and catch large numbers of tuna during parts of the year when they are migrating from the Mediterranean to the Atlantic. And it goes towards colonization. You gotta have at least a coastal county to do that. So let's, for historical context, Almadraba is known in Iberia, or Matananza in Italy, is an old fishing technique that involves setting up an elaborate series of nets to trap and catch large numbers of tuna when the tuna migrate from the Mediterranean to the Atlantic. Historically, rulers profited from supporting and monopolizing this trade, such as the Dukes of Medina Sidonia in 15th and 16th centuries. This practice was prevalent in various parts of Iberia, North Africa, and Italy in the Western Mediterranean, and may have dated back to Antiquity. There's plenty of fish at sea, in the sea. Every year, spring and summer, fishermen sail forth from the harbors into the waters of the Western Mediterranean to catch tuna using the ancient time-tested Almadraba technique, where they deploy elaborate systems of fishing nets to catch tuna that are migrating from the Western Mediterranean into the Atlantic Sea. For centuries, enterprising rulers like myself have supported the activities of these specialized fishermen by providing them with equipment, supplies, and watchtowers to notify of incoming tuna. Among other things, by investing in these fishermen as I am doing now, we can all profit from this lucrative industry. That's what we want, more development, especially in Salerno. If you fail to bargain with the stronghold, you couldn't afford it, I assume. Not me. This. I have two servants who are married to each other and are infamous at my court for their constant bickering. It isn't truly hateful by any means, as they are very happy together. The couple just love to make snide remarks and sarcastic comments to each other all the time. It's almost like a hobby of theirs. If anything, it's pretty amusing to see how they try to verbally outwit each other every day. Having them around certainly helps to keep the atmosphere lighthearted, as everyone enjoys witnessing their battle of wits, clever words, and entertaining taunts. On the other hand, it is a little unprofessional, even if they do their best not to do it in informal occasions. For the next 5 years. As long as they don't cause a real scene, it's fine by me. Amused by it. put him here. Let's go for a raid. This will help me get the legitimacy up. And some money along with that. Because I know I've spent quite a bit of money. Don't make me lead an army. Where's our siege master? He's here. Just wait until everyone's assembled. We're just looking for a quick war. Just a raid this area. And I've become a bit stressed. Lately it feels like I'm being constantly distracted by vivacious thoughts and erotic fantasies. Of all these hardships of my everyday life, it is all too easy to lose myself in daydreams and forget about reality. These desires are clearly interfering with my life, but what should I do about them? Oh, please. I mean, it does help with the intrigue, but you know such wanton behavior has inherent risks, so you don't want to do that. And why on earth would I want to be Orthodox Christian? I will bite my lip and try to stay focused. No erotic fantasies. You have your wives. Playing dice is often associated with the lower classes. Gamblers and criminals, like those of little consequence. Even the upper echelon society enjoy playing some good dice games. An acquaintance of mine who enjoys these games has a spare pair of dice of lovely appearance, carved from a fine animal bone, that I could keep for myself if I am interested. After all, it's better to play with one's own dice that one can trust, rather than rely on a stranger's dice which could potentially be loaded. Honestly, I shouldn't waste my life playing games like this, because I'm diligent. There's better things to do than using that. What? As I was on my way to a nearby village to check on a great family that was cruelly robbed, my men pushed me aside a serious step. After a while, she was adamant in telling me an assassin was caught 2 hours ago planning to murder me in a nearby village. The thug paid with his life after being rudely interrogated. It was clear the motivation of this murder attempt was the cultural conversion I've ordered. Unfortunately, the wretch died before singing the names of the involved parties. Excellent job. You genius! You dare betray me? What connections do you have? You are married? You have to one of his daughters? I know it's going to be a quick war, but we need, I mean, just taking this area and then that's it. Even if you lose a bit of control up there, I don't think it matters much. But I feel like I'm a bit backstabbed here. Though we still like each other, but unless... no. It's just they're honoring an alliance. This is between Callistos. Oh, the heir. The heir to Bari. Right. I gotta do something about that. Does anybody want to get rid of it? No. Scheme odds are poor. Even if you try to make improvements, I don't think it'll do you any good. And it would not do well against him either because he's paranoid. So trying to assassinate him too is also poor odds. Shit. This is something I did not expect. What is Xenon? He occupies a throne that should be rightfully yours. I'm willing to support your claim with word and sword. I'm sure the others in the realm will also cherish his rightful cause. All you need to do is accept. It's not right. I'm in the middle of a raid. Zenobia. Alright. Remember, he could potentially have these. And is apparently not set to inherit anything. Name after my father, Saudan, in honor. You could try to free it by putting an army on this path. Oh, that's way over there. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do here. I want you to take this, but in the meantime, I want you to split off. I'm gonna have to fight against my brother. We're leaving behind levies and siege weapons. Go join the army of Stephanos, son of Saudan. While you begin to take this. Go. This is not what I had in mind. Defend our northern front. How long will it take for you to get it all down? 14 months. Oh, look at this. That's the populist uprising, led by leader Cristoforo, who wants to liberate all of Sicily away from the Shia Caliphate. And Xenon, since you want the throne of his, and yet you want to do that in support of me, why aren't you married? I ought to help you with that. There they are. Of course they're taken by boat. Turn back! Oh my. It's them. The wonderful tale of the three victories Stephanos continues to spread. More and more folk from all strata of society have begun to weave their own perspective to its rich tapestry. So says Adelina, at least. Lord and lady alike are certain such tales sets out their undeniable the rules, she muses. But if you wander to a local tavern, it will be ripe for those who say it's dedicated to common small folk of the land and their honest, industrious ways. Did you not write down my name enough? So this will discount towards upgrading my legend increases. Knowing him. Their liberation war has just ended. They're coming over. Get away. Oh, they're gonna get killed out there. We just lost all of our men in arms here. Stand up here at these hills. Where are they going now? If they think they're heading for Salona, we'll try to be there. No, you fool! Stop! One of my children at court, Theodosius, had taken the spinning top of a younger boy and thrown into a nearby cave. My son was there and saw it all happen. He ran into the cave but didn't come out for almost a half an hour. But when he did, he retrieved the toy, much to the annoyance of Theodosius. Very brave, but somewhat foolish. Abdul Aziz, the heir to Salerno. You'll be brave. You should be brave as me, but unfortunately, looks like I'll have to take the lead in this one. Get it back to Salerno. We just lost our men-at-arms. Recently, I noticed how the quality of some of my cook's dishes had improved. Not that they weren't bad before, so I decided to pay them a visit in my kitchen today since I had nothing better to do. When I asked my cooks why the dishes were better, the head cook explained, "My lord, I wish we could take all the credit. But you see, lately, a few towns in Mexico have become famous for producing some quality ingredients, be it spices, herbs, nuts, vegetables, or fruits. That's how we use frequently to our dishes to great effect. This region produces truly wonderful culinary delights." Bit more development, but we didn't realize how close they were already there. Where are they going? We're slowly getting them back. These men-at-arms. After all, it's only the... Look, we lost a large amount of levies and the siege runners. That's it. Everyone else is in good fighting shape. So, we made the right call to do not sacrifice the rest of your men-at-arms. But we sacrificed these. So I want you to move the rally point back down. Because we'll beat them back. Try to win at least a battle against brother. So they're not coming over. They're dealing with their local uprisings still. Do not lose hope. My daughter Samira. I forgot the Comatians were around. The realm that he has left behind. Well, he only expanded this part. But the legend is spreading rather quickly. Spread to 25 baronies currently. Again. Now it's Karike that did this. You should have made Theodosius get the toy back. Murshid, who is the heir to Calabria, unfortunately turns out to be a bleeder. Oh dear. Daniel is the name. At least I have many more sons now. What the? Take this opportunity. Halt. Advance. This is something we're trying to correct here. Gotcha. Hello, brother. it's a mistake that you choose to ally with a mortal enemy. Now I'm my brother's keeper. When this is over, I'll be sure to free you. Because you got all this great wealth that you have. From now on, I'll take charge of the siege. If they come here and attack, we'll defeat them. Now I just inherited this land that I don't particularly want. But thanks for the money. For the local Greek culture, just to do that for the colonization phase that we want to go towards. And I just inherited this small army that means nothing. That's all we could gather, 5? We don't have time. It's now or never. 18 months. I don't suppose we have another you. Okay, that'll help. Only 20 months. I think it might be too little too late. But we'll do what we can. Ah, Xenon. Remember, that's from another entity, not from one of his vassals. So it doesn't matter much. Now look, you're a good guy, right? Even though you're a bit cynical and you're ambitious and all that. I'd be willing to ransom you. Actually, no! Remember! If you want to go towards colonization, releasing an involved ruler from prison without any request is a big gain toward it. We want to get as far away from periphery as possible. I'll just say, look, you're a good guy here. I'll just release you. And it's to keep the house unity alive in here. See? I may do the same for my brother. It ain't his fault that he got himself, you know, allied with a man who I viewed as a threat to our interests. Counselor died. Gout-ridden. You're a powerful vassal, you'll do. Very good diplomacy. Oh, why aren't you in here? You'll make much better progress. Who else? Not either of you. Okay. Now, of those powerful vassals that we just saw, what makes him a powerful vassal? That's bullshit. Now, if you want to change succession, yeah, I just want to go to that screen just to make sure. Well, who else is a more powerful vassal? Because I'd be willing to sway him. My sister died in captivity. Zaporizhia. Come on, get these two. You know what? We're definitely holding a feast after this. Culture has discovered Tabernas. That means we can have an accolade, which we'll have to form that after the war. Fascination still wants to go for Mats, which will take 8 years' time. All the more reasons why we gotta spread the culture into the more developed areas. It's to get that faster. I would be willing to do the same. If I was the culture head, I would go for Khanats. That's for more development growth. And you can fund the construction of a Khanat, which helps economically and development. All they gotta do now is there's a Zanata Ibadi uprising on these parts. Oh man. The question now is, will we reach it or not? Oh no. They're coming. You know what? Form up. We shall meet him in battle. If we can defeat him, this will end his series of conquests. He recently disembarked. Come on, don't let them get away. The fighting will be in hills. He may have the hills, but if we can defeat him, we can get the war score back on our side, and this will buy us enough time to raid the place. There we go. Advantage us. He got a better roll, but we still have the advantage. We got them all! We defeated their army. I'm in good company. We built the friendship of Callistos as I shared hardships with together in this battle. Fellow bowman. And I gained 12 experience of wit. I'm getting close to getting a monthly renownable force. Alright, this will buy us enough time. So we shouldn't face any more resistance. Do your job. I'll return to court to try to get my damn stress down. And conversion's about to complete here. Three, two, one. That's towards colonization for converting a county or ruler. As I said, this should buy us enough time. We lost the battle and we won one. Now we gotta actually take this place. Longest Sicilian Frontier raid ever. This will definitely be their end of these non-stop advances they've been making. It will take 19 months, but it'll be worth it. Owner of a mosque. That's a direct vassal of the enemy. Keep him. Until the place is taken. What's this? Frontier raid. There was a Arab-Berber stronghold. It's still there. I sometimes consider you as a friend. You're not betrothed, right? Okay. How about one of my daughters? Will not accept the difference from you. Alright, because you are not involved. Right. Now convert this. Eugenius is denounced Simonis, my niece. What for? Because the fact that she's cynical? Nikephoros. That'll be a name. I gotta get rid of this stress. But I'll do that after the war. We'll hold a big old feast. My cousin's been in prison. Callisto's nephew. Don't worry about him. For whom the bells toll. I retreat to my chambers one evening, exhausted away from yet another day of tender monotony. As I lay on the edge of sleep, I'm suddenly stirred awake by the shrill screeching of metal on stone. I should awake to see a shadowy figure on the edge of my bed. His toothy grin, the only illuminated part of him I can see clearly. I cannot move. I can only stare as he steps towards me, dagger in hand. And suddenly I wake once more. Marked me with this visit. I fear I will be collected by Azrael soon. A fate that I must change. It was a dream. Only this. Nothing more. This character understands that dreams are only that. Nothing more. Don't worry about that place. We got to have this. It must fall. And Siculo-Arabic culture has just recently formed there. Because I noticed a change of architecture. Sister's been executed. There's another one of my niece. We can deal with these uprisings soon as we're done with this one. This place must fall. Because if we can't get it done soon, then we're bound to have bigger problems. And maybe after this war, I'd be willing to forgive my brother and tell him to come assist me. Because we still have an alliance. In the distance, I hear my daughter, laughing at the play with her fellows. I am Emir Stephanos of Salerno. I am the hero. She's reenacting the 3 victories of Stephanos for adoring peers. The children all look upon her with wonder and adoration, captivated by the tale. My heart soars to hear those legendary names and places passing the lips of the next generation with such vigor and enthusiasm. Though one day all of us will turn to dust, the legend will never die. Leave her to it. Look, he can have this place. It may increase the war score, but once you hold the place, his high fort level is definitely going to keep him away. We'll have it all turned around when they no longer control the war target. Stylos is lost, but there's still time. I'm given courteous greetings by my wife, Emir Adelina, who seems to be a buzz of excitement. She tells me of a mystical land known simply as the Tagodit of Algarve. She unfurls a map to this wonderful land in front of me. She tells me that the rivers run with milk and honey. Even the peasantry are fat with abundance in the land. Though usually I've never ventured this far, tales of my heroic journey would certainly have an effect on the 3 victories of Stephanos. that's all the way to the end that leads to the ocean. After all, we are a seafaring culture, so we should dare to explore there. I must go there. The quickest route? No, it's got to be all towards the sea. Stay at the sea. And while you're at it, make a quick visit to the Rock of Gibraltar, and then come back to sea. And then, after that, I want you to sail up to the coast of Portugal. And then you'll make it here. And then after that, back to the way whence came. Yes. Exactly. After all, again, we're a seafaring culture. And we feel most comfortable by being close to the water. So. And plus, wandering lifestyle experience. Not particularly interested in exploring the rest of these little areas. At least, not yet. So I'm willing to set sail to there. It's only an 8-month journey, approximately. All packed in proper. We've come to find a point where we can start a journey from Salerno to our next destination at Casa Debutantes. As we depart from holding our mounts, start to tread new ground, sir, we'll return soon in one piece. I can't wait. Again, I won't be there to fight on the front lines. I'm confident enough you'll take this place. Because they won't recover from their defeat. Come on. Faster. At the sea now. If I could bother you a moment, my lord, starts Andalina. A tad willing to my liking. It would be a huge boon for us if you could commit some more detail to the 3 victories of Stephanos. The grander, the better, she looks me expecting. A few seeds of conspiracy begin to sprout in my mind. Going over from the existing tale of a more flamboyant detail wouldn't hurt, but substituting that part of the tale for another entirely has its own merits. Well, you know, it's often misquoted. The deceitful man in him would say, combined diplomacy and intrigue challenge. 83% chance that my intrigue increases by 1 and changes the chapter of the 3 victories, Stephanos. 16% chance that discount towards upgrading the legend decreases and changes that legend chapter of what it says. But regardless, lose a bit of stress because I'm deceitful. But my spin is believable. Come on, come on. Today, the Lycopos held a fiery sermon for all the children of the court. They're apparently spellbound as he zealously reads from the Quran. My son Abdul Aziz now seems certain that he's destined for greatness, claiming that Allah supports him indiscriminately. You may be dull, but I think you being ambitious may help you with offsetting a bit of that. So I'll say, that's right. Never forget that the divine is on your side. 30 more days, 1 more month. Stalemate, no effect, no forward progress. Come on, still stalemate. Fast enough. Stalemate again. While you know a thing or two about the various poisons and their applications, the Emir Stephanos should possess a broad range of skills, my wife, crackling her knuckles. I could acquire some new tomes, prepare a few assignments, tutor you a little. What subject are you most interested in? Take your pick. Well, for me, diplomacy. For travel safety and improve relations with many others. 2, 1. We got it. step out of my tent, rub my eyes, huge kind of sprawl before me. A jumble of mud huts and tents under the pall of choking dust, alcohol, and sweat. Fierce flags bearing Heldred birds are spread across the barren crags. Here and there, in tents and makeshift shelters, men huddle over fires, their faces smudged and gleaming with rain. My low retainer approaches the forces of siege ahead, battering my bodyguards at the edge camp. The Vadon of Reggio stands for me, a shrouded graveyard. In the fields between, empty carts dot charred mounds of dirt. The wooden wheels still bear traces of thick, wet blood. On the walls that still stand, flattened corpses lie the battlements. Survivors emerge from burnt-out Pasca houses, their faces blank and pale in the morning light. Shocked survivors stumble through the streets amidst the rubble of razed homes. The men look at me for direction. Imprison everyone you see and allow limited looting, because we got frustrated taking this place. Now we let the war score tick up a bit more. Switch over. Go. Defeat them again. There's about to be an uprising here, so you're in charge of the army now. At the coast of Algiers. Sea is calm and forgiving today. Still as a boulder and a powerful wind at our back to boot. Seems it'll be an easy day for the rowers below. Then I spot a mangled corpse of a ship buried nose first in some jagged rocks just ahead. There doesn't appear to be any survivors. The rocks would be no trivial thing to navigate. Yet I feel compelled to go investigate this mysterious threat. Let's investigate. 66% chance that mine finds something about it? 33% chance? Nothing. Nothing. Sharp gusts and lingering squalls have kept the ship tipping and rolling for hours. I stand on deck, clutching for my last. I see the chest carrying my yes and no has come loose. I'm too far to save it myself, but while it is within reach, he'll be at risk of falling overboard. That's my caravan master. Save it! We got it! You're not going anywhere. To the cocky Emir Stephanos, we will not stand your vile oppression of the good Longobardo Catholics any longer. Our time is now at hand. With St. Georgius guiding us, we will rise up and free ourselves from your infidel rule. Easiest thing in the world would be that, but I'm a brave man, so I'll say, you want freedom? You shall have it in death! So, it's a big uprising now, and leader Saxo is the man that you need to watch out for. He has a similar personality to me. So it's these areas that are most affected. They will pay dearly for this. Because we already taken care of that matter, so we can go focus on that. 85%. Captured Julianos, who was the marshal of my brother. And Gabriel, the Faris of my brother, as well. Look, I'll tell you what, out of goodwill, I will release you. Simply because it goes towards colonization. Just out of goodwill. No demands. And it does gain a bit of legitimacy because you are releasing your fellow brother. I'm just being nice here, alright? Now, Ansel, you deal with him. While I'm still out at sea. We can end it now, but give it a moment. I recall we do have a direct vassal. I mean, we can ransom him. 30 gold additionally. Thank you. Okay. This was just a raid, not fighting for territory. We tested their defenses, and now we know what they're like. We can take them on. If only we called them in as allies first, and this wouldn't have happened. I will gain a lot of legitimacy, and some gold out of that. And we got plenty of. I'll be sure to hold a feast once I return. A legendary feast. We didn't destroy one of their buildings, but got a nice amount of gold out of it. Wherever they are going, stop the bastards. I pause and write, pause and write. The words for dismissive must be chosen carefully. Any words to dismiss loose phrases from my message to my vassal. Valerius will not be looked kindly upon, but his support for the 3 victories Stephanos would be a boon. Indeed, if I get it right. Now, let's see, what is exactly Sadi Valerius would approve of? Check him. He's a content paragon, which is due to the fact he's humble, lazy, and honest. So I'll say, perhaps I should be just as truthful as possible, even though deceitful. But, I could phrase it such in a way to flatter him. Just say it. He is pleased. Good pick. Visit the Rock of Gibraltar. Now the legend spread chance increases much further. Now I may gain fame from travel and hike events, as I will gain access to the hike activity. What is hike, to be exact? Set out on a solitary expedition into the hidden corners of the realm, this adventure provides a break from the pressures of courtly existence, giving an opportunity to rest amid age-old forests and gentle hills, which Italia has plenty of. So perhaps I should go take a hike when this is all over, as we're practically more on a boat trip than anything else. The seas around here are thick with Sephardi traders going about their usual craft, carrying rare and exotic goods from one port to another. One such merchant ship holds an item within that immediately takes my interest. In a moment, I lay my eyes upon the Maritime Trading Handbook. I know I could never find anything like that back at Salerno, and simply must be mine. Naval speed. That's only applied if you are leading an army in water, not during travel. What's a stewardship cell? An expertly handwritten book on the nature of Sephardi maritime trading practices. Yeah, I'll take it. Plus, having that storyteller perk gains you fame. Make amends, both of you. Oh, holy war for the kingdom of Sicily. Now, when you say kingdom of Sicily, you mean the whole of it. Oh dear. Brother! I forgot about that one. Help me with this one. We can take care of it. Call everyone over here. Once you defeat the armies, because it's going to take a while for the Italian army to get here. And I think I know what to use that wealth for now. When do we speak with the pirates again? In 3 years. We won't last 3 years. But, you know... And when is it that... Manage Frontier? Okay, next month. Next month, I want you to fortify these strategic settlements again. Even though it does goes towards periphery. But, we just need every little bit of help for the defense of the realm. Chances are even. Is that so? He's got advantage 40. But all he's got are levies. And we have so many men in arms. They're going to be outmatched. If we can capture the leader, good. While my personal adventure continues. Now, Siculo-Arabic culture is here to stay, for now. But I think you should hold off on promoting culture, because we gotta need to get some income during times like these. We got the control back up pretty quickly. As if it wasn't even an issue at all. Arabia, which of course is ran by Koranis, but they're in the middle. They're committed to taking Meccan conquest for Mecca. They're retaking Mecca, okay. Hopefully we can handle it on our own. We caught them. Advantage us. We got them. I tell you what, since you're here now, move the rally point to here. I got a trick up at the sleeve, because we're going to use this money big time. I want you to recruit some soldiers, our people, over to well, actually get the Greeks, because these cataphracts might be difference makers. We'll get some trade experience in Greek, which will definitely reach, well, close to reaching trade 1 for more diplomacy and stewardship. Sent word to the Greek communities, both those living in my realm and those living in foreign lands, that I'm recruiting Greek soldiers into my army, while denigrated as deceitful traitors by their enemies. They still consider themselves as heirs to the mighty Romans after all. Whether they are fresh, eager recruits or experienced veterans, their numbers and talents will surely bolster my military strength. Sicily has long existed as a frontier between different worlds, so the presence of soldiers from all corners of the world is hardly unheard of in a region like this. But there's always an opportunity for military adventurers willing to embrace new challenges and new cultures. They serve the realm well. Okay, we got over 1,000 men. 750 of those, most of them are levies. Some are archers, 50 of them are cataphracts, and light infantry. And another 300 is another 50 cataphracts and light infantry. Link up with them, because we don't have heavy cavalry in our own, and I thought, well, we're going to need some heavy cavalry to defeat them. Just form up. We'll get them. The Arab-Berber dominance had increased big time, and the Greeks aren't as prominent as they once was. Well, the Emirate of Sicily is now ran by an Abazag, who's Shia. I guess that's the reason why the dominance has increased big time for the Arab-Berbers, because of the situation over there. And a small part of that, us. Including, you know, trying to spread Islam here. And culturally, too. And in 3 months, there's going to be another uprising of another populace, which would be largely in Calabria. And I'm about to arrive as we are traveling in the coast of Portugal. All together now. Some areas are going to be above supply limit, but we'll deal with them as we're traveling down towards Calabria, which is still largely inhabited by Greeks. So we'll have them dealt with. At last, I arrived in the distant Casa of Debutantes. This is far as from what I was promised, the great magical land of Tagadit of Al-Gab. That excited my imagination is just that, imaginary. The real Al-Gab is sad and humble. Make my way to what I assume is the home of the noble family, and I'm greeted by a strange nobleman. My noble bearing clearly precedes me, as he seems eager to know who I am and what brings me here. Well, knowing that he's a brave man, I said, I wish to see how the people fight here. So this discount towards upgrading my ledge increases if I win the duel. And it's going to be delayed for 2 months, so I'm staying here for 2 months during this time of crisis. I bet. Is the man. This old man. I mean, yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit old too, but I'm not that old to the point where it's becoming an issue. So for a few brief moments, Herbert and I pace in lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I raise my hammer, ready to defend myself, while I clutch the sword firmly to hand. This fight may be a tough first blood, but that is these matters. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. Herbert tries hesitantly to launch a rapid thump at me, but a blow is easily swatted away. An opening. Try my steel, like a viper. With immense speed, I strike at a momentary weak point in Herbert's guard. It becomes easier for my foe to injure himself, because I'm deceitful, and this is due to having a high intrigue skill. With all my strength, I surge past Herbert's guard and launch a fervent strike with my hammer, aiming to crush him. Only the narrowest of margin stops me from claiming bloody victory. Peaceful with sword in hand, scum, screams my opponent, whirling his sword fiercely around and near me. My form is good, with only small errors. Herbert's stance is a disaster. My opponent's guard is fierce, but I feel far from victory. Due to having a high learning, I'll say, this will work just like it does in Legends, right? I'll use a legendary technique. Try to copy a famous move from my favorite book, because I'm brave. My opponent... No, hold on. This is a proper way to read this first. I will will my body to match a vivid mental picture of legend, shifting an awkward stance while flailing my hammer. That somehow everything just works. I brush aside Herbert's guard with ease, knock the sword from his hand, and send him plummeting to the ground. Before I know it, I'm getting ready to pulverize his waist. Surprised, confused, and increasingly terrified. All Herbert could do is stammer out a yield. I am victorious. +1 prowess now. Gained some trade experience in aspiring blade master. Now, in the aftermath. My opponent fought in ways I've never seen before, and though it initially threw me off, I emerged victorious. The legends of my victory over the Algarve warrior will no doubt spread far and wide. You're not gonna join me. I'll just say, wonderful. The travel will be resumed. I'm not gonna be here for 2 months. I must return home, which will be back in 7 months. Somebody wants to claim the throne of mine? Hill's fever has come. Hill's fever started in Lucas. It started there, and now it's spread it to our land. Oh dear. Just in case. I mean, I'm not there yet, so I shouldn't worry. He's gone. Bizarro. Dear Stephanos, my people are considering leaving behind the old pagan ways of Sovjetska Pravda and a more civilized faith. I sent Vasilico to your court to learn more about the Muslim Isharism. We'd be most grateful if you welcome him with warm hospitality. Be treated with respect. Might convert to the faith, so just checking out. Islam with the Ruski people. Be treated with respect. We shall hear from him again soon. Let's put an end to this populist uprising here. Locals pacified. More legitimacy while increasing more dread. Okay, now they're too weak to send an ultimatum. We were able to avert it because we were rebuilding our strength here. But now the question is, how strong is the army of Italy? Imperator Augustus Gargamel. He still holds the Universum Regnum. Holy warrior. But I'm glad he ain't involved in those affairs. Which again? 5 months till I arrive back in Salerno. And once I'm at Salerno, I will try to take command of this army to defeat the Italian army. Remember, this is the same Italy that was briefly a republic, but the republic only lasted 4 years before they decide they want feudalism back. And then they want a proper Italian to rule Italy, of House Bonifazi. Now head to Polite Castro. Hill's fever is also known as typhus. Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't know typhus is just spread in Croton. Get away from there. But look at you. You're still fine. You've been treated. You'll make it. I inherited a Leo Abissiniano. Fine by me, because still in the domain limit. And I inherited whatever wealth that the previous ruler that I appointed must have had. Oh, you again? You can't keep doing it all the time, so I'll just say I'll give my word. You'll get your fame. Even though we will get fame by other means. '69 has Pyrenees has been spreading. Now it's spread into insular Sicily, and look at that. There's the army of Italy. The Re himself is there. Armored footmen, pikemen. They got the siege weapons. And they've hired mercenaries. Lombard mercenaries. Sardubano Bologna. So they're bringing in a few more. There's more spearmen and light cavalry. This will not bode well for our cavalry here. But our Barbarism should defeat some of the pikemen. And the defense of Salerno. Fort level is 3. We gotta stall them a bit. It's as good as timing as any. Fortify those strategic settlements. A region like Sicily is full of instability and fought over by many. It's important that my territories can defend themselves from attacks and raids by any troublemakers. I recently gave instructions to my officials to work out with the local communities to bolster our defenses in Sicily. As a result, our settlements there will be better fortified and thus protected from any outside incursions. So for now, every county that is in my domain, I get the fame back. Now it's a +1 fort level, stalling a bit more time. So siege begins. How long would it last? 6 months. And when will I arrive? As I'm still out at sea. 4 months. Bring a few of the reserves. Because we need you to come together. Tsar Rurik of Kiev and Rus and most of his vassals decided to leave behind their pagan ways and convert to Orthodoxia. To gather information about the most ideal fate to convert to, the Kiev and Rus has sent out 3 envoys to various foreign realms. One envoy was sent to Basilis Theophracticos of the Romeon, the second one to Emir Stephanos of Salerno. And last but not least, the third envoy went to the court of Kagan Bazbek of Khazaria. After long discussions, Rurik and his vassals have made their impactful decision. They went with Orthodoxia. What a disappointing choice. Would have loved to have him on our side. Stick with us. Died of typhus. Oh, I'm so sorry. You were the great marshal. Not to mention he was the great commander for the defense. This is horrible timing. Very bad timing. They're all together now. I'm not there yet. The best commander has the advantage of 29. Because he's gallant. He's also cautious, so... Shall we wait for him? Callistos, my friend. Shall we wait for the return of Stephanos? We have 3 months to get home. They have 4. Sicilian stronghold has disappeared. Disease outbreak. Where am I at? Is there a faster way to get there? One sec. 2 months. Because it would make most sense just continue to travel by sea instead of going overland. Where there's potential danger, you may get delayed. Come on, faster. You're the only one with the best advantage, so I want you to advance up to here. If they try to come up here, we'll fight them. Just to try to lure them over here. Scare them off. That's even better. Unless something happened up there. No. We scared them off. That's good. Wait for the return. Over the past few years, the strength and influence of Khazar has been wavering. Both the Rus and the Kuman nomads of the steppe are eyeing territories they currently control. Duke Blush has united the local nomads in Kuman and Kipchak Confederation, and their combined strengths threatening to subjugate the entire steppe region. Let them quarrel all day. Xenon. Emir Stephanos occupies the throne. It should be rightfully yours. I'm willing to support your claim with word by sword, and I'm sure others in Rome also champion this rival cause. All you need to do is accept. Can't do that. We're too busy here. I'll wait for the return of Stefano. So I could go on the other side towards Potenza. I am home. I'm very seasoned. Horse is at 99. Let me take the lead, because I'm a holy warrior, an unyielding defender. Let him move. Yeah, they're going for Potenza, which fortunately does have a bit of a higher, no, not as high fort level, but we're going in after them. Go, after them. We'll fight them in Marsico. There is a defender advantage here. Set. Throw him in jail. That's their best commander. So we're getting him first. We'll see how goes it. Enemy reinforcements en route. Advantage is theirs, but we still have the numbers. Swinging to and fro, my brain. I find myself increasingly confident as my skills of war amidst the battle I'm fighting. This is what being unstoppable feels like. Suddenly I'm brought back to earth as I narrowly dodge a blow from an enemy swordsman. The strike that he sent on me was originally destined for the side of my head, so I scratched across the face, leaving me stunned and bleeding. Not as installed as I thought. I've been wounded. Retreating from immediate combat to assess my situation, I noticed the damage my body's received. While it's not absolutely lethal, it is certainly something to be concerned about. Noticing my fighter, Pemba, convinced he's enough training in the medical field to give me emergency attention amidst the battle. You're not qualified for this, Pemba. I'll fight wounded. Enemy forces arrive. Now the Re is there. As the battle progresses, I take some time to set back from combat and observe my forces and the tactical decisions I need to make to ensure victory. During my time observing the Army's strategic potential, I notice a handful of fighters from my own levies are making significant progress on the flank of the enemy's charge. One individual particularly catches my eye. I watched them single-handedly take down 4 opponents on their own. Looking left to right, I observe the rest of my army and ponder at the thought that I may need new, fresh blood for my ranks at some point. As I glance over at the young soldier fighting boldly, I wonder if maybe I should consider their skills as a fighter. Who is that? Bring it to me. This is Stephanos. Even though it's a Greek-sounding name, but he's Siculo-Arabic, and he's brave, and a good warrior. Will be willing to join after this battle. We still have the advantage. As I lie in bed, constrained by my wounds, I have time to reflect on the meaning of life and how tenuous my grasp of it all is. My fate rests partly on my constitution, partly on the care, I say, but mostly on luck. As time passes, the conclusion that but in the end I'm ready to accept my destiny. Let's hope for the best. 3% chance that I'll die, 5% chance that I'll lose wounded, become scarred, 91% chance I'll lose traded wounded. I'm all better. Let's fight. Capture one of their vassals. More trade experience and wit. And got a weak hook on Yaya. Okay. We're giving him a helping hand. Maybe I should start playing board games at some point. Alright, fall back to Palacastro and continue spread the Islamic faith. Where did I get that? Ah, this man we captured. We not only captured this prisoner, I also took his armor. I'll put it on. This armor is constructed from iron plates that are finely bound together with cords and linen cloth. Walled trim and lining are cut from fine wool. This set includes a nailzor helmet and mail cuff, patterned with wool. The whole armor has been carved with thin lines to enhance the look of the material. Prowess +1, bit of prestige, and a bit more knight effectiveness. Very nice. So yeah, we got him imprisoned, and I took his armor. Let him retreat, and then he'll get back and we'll defeat them again. He has claimed the throne. Xenon, I hope you know what you're doing. Also, is it wise because disease has spread into your land now? But not in Salerno. Which one would think it would be most vulnerable, but I took precautions. So you have isolated your capital. No, actually, Xenon lives over there. I keep forgetting. Also, 50 gold to promote legend. There are other ways to promote legends to other places. That's what the post-war feast was going to be planned to be about. So yeah, I'll help you. But is it really a good time for you to implement that claim right now? He demanded an artifact. That's why... I think the Dons jumped up again, if I remember the last time. Counselors are with you. Amazigh Ismaili uprising. It's cultural related. Salerno's under siege, and we'll be there. Let's go. Astute intellectual. Take out their best commander. Will they turn back to come save them or no? Their movement's locked. Once again, improving my wit. And my friend now. Congratulations. Hold. They're coming in tomorrow. See if we can defeat the army of the king and try to capture him. Fighting in the farmlands here. Massive advantage. Adelina visibly jots down my words as I dictate them. I must be careful my choices. Donolo, my neighboring ruler, could be well swayed to support my cause in spreading the word of the 3 victories of Stephanos. But wrongfully praising may come off conceited, perhaps. Pause, Emily does too, patiently. What would he want to hear? Perhaps a subtle threat. 99% chance he'll start promoting it right away. He won't like me that much for this. Got them all. So, based on how this goes, you win about its 80. You got 2 prisoners. And you know you have the ability to since you have the chivalry trait, ransom one of them. See? 90. And just for that... Okay, you got none. No children? It goes to one of your distant relatives. Okay then. I'll gain a lot more legitimacy for this. And a piety. And look at the money! 1,363 gold. We will most certainly accept. We feast tonight. Scheming against me, huh? Because somebody wants my throne. Don't know who you are, but I'm gonna throw you in jail for this. Brother, half-brother, Xenon, you really want the throne. Although, honestly, I think it would be for the best to help you out, because given who he's allied with, well, was allied with you. That's ultimate. You sure? No, they're still together. Although he's kind of busy right now. And we've beaten him in a battle before, but if he calls me in, I'll be willing to join. Kinda watch again, we're a bit falling behind on promoted culture. Well, all that money. Let's spend it on a feast. Not just any feast, but a legendary feast. A final toast will be focused on my legend. Events will lead to occasions to gain opinion. Certain options will allow for stress loss compared to normal feast. This is just for final toast. Right here in Salerno, with the manor houses. Spare no expense. All his extended family, neighboring rulers, knights, anybody. And spread the legend here. So use this activity as an opportunity to spread my legend. So that's what this is going to be mainly about. Servants run across the hall, bringing final decorations. Some of the guests yet to arrive, and I indulge myself with a delicious drink by the fire. Always seem to smell some fresh crow already. What a lovely time ahead of us. I'll be willing to build a couple of buildings too. Because money's got to go somewhere, right? Anything that helps with the development. Because Lord knows I've been so devastated. And something to help with the economy. Anything else? Ah yes, somebody states the realm. For more legitimacy. We'll do all that simultaneously. During a private lunch with my spouse, I felt an eerie sensation on which she suggested that Abdulaziz is not fit to rule. No? Zenobia went on a long list of shortcomings she finds in my attempts to persuade me with sound reasoning. But in knowledge of my decision could have important political consequences in the future, that spouse will not be at least happy with refusal. Must make my mind on this. Well, to be fair, he is a bit dull. So you tell me you want me to disinherit him. But, you know, having an angry spouse is no good to nobody. And I only have one child so far, which is Saldan, who might be gaining any of those traits, which would be for good. So I'll say my rule here, damn it. She'll be mad at me for this. Ah, I got something for my friend. I've always wanted you landed, for many years. But you'll finally earned it after your years of service. You'll be granted down in Mileto. Because I don't connect to the rest, unless you want to go by sea. So for your service, you rule Mileto. Even though the children will be born on her dynasty, but it's part of the same culture. So, it's fine. Unless you want to have secondary spouses, well, that's up to you. In your name, at least. So, as I said, we thank you for your service. Hassan, which I think he was the youngest. No, that was Alam. He was killed in battle. Up there. In that battle that's ongoing up there. Again, we're going to end this episode with a legendary feast. Of course, recovery from the plague. as my ability grows up, apparently becomes someone. My child is strong. Okay. He's tall, but he's strong. Fair enough. Some people would say dumb muscle. Ah, yes. You idiots. I gotta negotiate with you now. Now that there's time for money. Yeah. Let me see. After the feast. Got till 5 months till it begins, until all the guests arrive here. Because some of them are from near and far. In fact, there's even defeated Italy. My court chronicler is gone. Because she's dead at childbirth. And I gained a daughter. And you know, that was my soulmate. So she meant a lot to me. Antonia, be her name. Who gets to be the court chronicler? Because you need someone to fill that position. Ah yes, Zenobia. After all, you are a scholar. My primary spouse. The legends so far. I think we have already spread it most around. Now, I want you to commend legend abroad. So now every year one of my vassals or neighboring rulers may make the legend their promoted legend. Higher levels apt to increase the chances of that occurring. Yes, she does. It's cheaper option now, since we don't have to spend it as much to try to spread legend around here. So now we will make a bit more fortune. Who else is still coming? Oh yes, the local ones. Yes, Wale Vizurian. Man who was born Serb, raised Siculo-Arabic, and Assyrian father, Serbian mother, Siculo-Arabic raised. Yeah. Who else? Wale Tiberius, Catanazaro, he's here. Okay, we got more. My cousin and my niece is still yet to travel. One's on the coast of Algiers and the other's in the Sicilian Narrows. They're getting a bit close. Okay. Greasing mouse. A vassal often clamors to gain the attention of their liege. Once that particular table's been turned, Seiko would have such a boon as an advocate for the 3 Victories Stephanos. Must make every effort to get him on his side. Must think about cavalry would be best to catch his eye. Perhaps a promised investment in his holdings? Maybe a promise of a favor? My eyes drift over it. Yes, no. You know, he's my rival, but he's never done anything to try to kill me or anything like that. Would he be swayed to such a gift? It's my book, you know, so I'll say an investment potential might prove persuasive. What do you think? Accepts gracefully. Yeah, you can start promoting my legend. Pay the ransom. Part-time extension. At least you're not infirm yet. I was able to lead the work of the estates of Rome in the most professional and enlightened way. Several important policies were implemented. A general field of cooperation was forged, and in the end I was able to impress everyone with my leadership skills. Now it's time to turn in reality what was planned. Alright. This affects every vassal and sub-vassal on behalf of me. Also inside our domains, the same policy was approved as and the estates will be applied thereto. Prestige, legitimacy, and all these lands, big holding tax for the next 5 years. We truly live in a golden era here. Emir Conversano. Genius? Why is he important to you? Okay. Sure. Banquet's about to finally begin in a month. Which I've stated before, we're going to end this episode with a legendary feast. And also to help get rid of this stress. Guests are gathered in a great hall, lords and ladies from near far reaches around. Now, one of my favorite things is to watch people get intoxicated. I hear them talk a lot more than they should. The mood is bright, the spirits are high as the feast begins. Servants were carrying on impressively adorned entrance, a number of proud peacocks, skinned, cooked, and stuffed. They were dressed in magnificent phalanges. However, Countess Abdul-Gharim brought his knife close to one of them. The fowl came to a shriek. This one wasn't cooked at all. It pecked at Abdul-Gharim's nose before bursting forth along the screaming and laughing guests. As the bird ran wild, Wally Tiberius rose to the challenge, and with great entertainment to see him desperately chase the rabid creature across the tables. In the end, he managed to scare the peacock forwards into the great hall doors, where it escaped tonight. No feast is complete without a prank. Good health boost. Principe Donono. Improved relations. My niece has been imprisoned by Xenon. Does that mean you took his capital? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. In all celebration of revelry, there's a lull in the conversation across the entirety of the attendees. Wally, Maximus, and Cazzano are the only ones still exchanging words. I feel myself compelled into this silence as it begins falling. Perhaps this choir will talk about the three victories of Stephanos. Everyone must hear the legend. For what? I was shocked when I caught my son as he's trying to steal this from the child chest of visiting Wally Maximus. He blamed another child who invented, but I could tell he was lying. Well, you'll learn to get away with your lies. Meanwhile, after days and nights of joyous company, the feast is soon going to be over. Most every guest seems to be pleased, except perhaps Abdelgarb, who's still clutching his nose where the peacock marked him. But I do this more often. That's why he's holding a grudge against me. Stop. As the feast is underway and our guests are eating and drinking merrily, Callistos approaches Zenobia and me at the great table. This is a marvelous feast. All my compliments to the hosts. They need to direct Vassal opinion up a bit. Zenobia deserves all credit, because she's a wife like no other, even though we had our disagreement earlier regarding Abdulaziz. So one plate of food is replaced by the next. My vassal, Wali Akbar, goes on and on about sword practice. That's how we saw Jamas. Are you sure I'm not boring him, my lord? He's from Croton. No, please do, go on. Final toast. The sound of flutes fills the halls of Salonu while the guests sip on the last drops of mead. Above them a host of hungry rise harmonica. Now listen, or I shall tell you about the tale of the three victories of Stephanos. I'm gonna need that stress loss. So I'll say, don't forget that it is my legend. This is just help with the stress loss reduction. Get more stress loss, I should say. Those glory hound vassals, if I got any, will like me a bit more. Few candles survived the last of the guests has left. I could hear a pair of servants letting out sighs of relief as the doors closed. The food is still warm on the ceramic plates. Soon, word will reach every corner of the realm, and every noble worth their salt will know that my magnificence is unparalleled. With everyone headed home, their bellies full of exotic delicacies, I am proud to say that the feast was a success. Nevertheless, I'm still grateful that the endeavor is over, for now. And with that, it's all done. Now my legitimacy level is at the max. Ordained. Lose more stress because I'm an eager reveler, and had a great banquet here, which will help with the development growth here in Salerno. And with that, it's all done. There we go. But now, contemplating whether or not should I help Xenon get him to the claim of the Emirate of Apulia/Bari, because I see that some of his Egyptian friends with Ayaz, which is Persian man-at-arms, are coming over. Yeah, they're not recovering ever since we defeated them here. So, they got their hands full. So perhaps we should help out my brother because I don't want him to be allied with him anymore if we ever try to interfere in his affairs, if we want to take the toe back. Take the toe back, referring to the boot of Italy as a whole. We gotta do something about those involved rulers. But the best way to do that is to request an expedition to Sicily. Bring some foreign over here. So, in the next episode, we should go on a hike. Go on a hike, and, well, if the realm is stable and strong, because, you know, those populists, they need to be dealt with one day. So that will be another thing. Continuing the conversions of the realm. All of it. We're changing things around here. They may not like it, but they're going to learn to like it. And subsequently, make some more decisions, such as, well, we gotta make contact with those pirates again in a few months. Because the development will be going up pretty fast. More glory to them. So, we'll see you in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.